God's next move in your life could be where you least expect it. Hi, I'm David, and I want to help you go further on your faith journey. And if you want to see more daily devotionals just like this one, consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell notification icon. You'll see all the videos as they come out each day, and then we'll have full sermons on Sunday. Life is tough sometimes. And I wish there was a magic plan that could make everything all right if you just follow these certain steps, but that's not the way the world works. In fact, the Bible tells us that in this world, we'll have troubles. And we have to go through those times from time to time. We'll hit the high points in life, but we'll also hit the low points as well. When we look at our passage today, Paul had his fair share of problems. He was beaten. He was kicked out of town. He was thrown in jail. He was shipwrecked. All of those things happened to him. He went through some of the lowest times in life. And as he worked through those times, he wrote to the church in Philippi, and he says this: "Now I want you to know, brethren, that my circumstances have turned out for the greater progress of the gospel." See, the church of Philippi had heard about all of Paul's struggles and had empathy for him. But when he was writing to them, he wanted them to know that this circumstance, the things that were going on in his life, were actually beneficial. That even though he went through the tough stuff, even though he went through the valleys, it wasn't all mountaintop experiences. That even as he went through the valleys, those were opportunities for the progress of the gospel. For you and I, we're going to experience those same highs and lows. We're going to have times in our life where we're at the top of the world, and then there's going to be times in our life where we're struggling in the valley. And during those times, it's important to know, just like Paul knew, that those times are still usable. That those times are not completely worthless. That God uses even the tough stuff in our life and makes good things happen. That he takes those circumstances and turns them into opportunities. God's biggest move in your life could be in the place where you least expect it. Could be in the place where you're struggling the most. You know, Paul had a consistent message that all the things in his life God was using to make something good. And even in his toughest circumstances, God was still using those moments for a great opportunity for other people to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. And he knew that as he went through those trials, as he went through the tough stuff in life, that God was using that and it was making a difference in the lives of others. And he looked at that and said, this is absolutely worth it. So what's your next big area of opportunity? You may be going through something really hard right now, but you know that God could use that to make a difference in the life of someone else. And so we begin to pray and ask God to take all the things in our life, whether great or small, whether good or bad or anything in between. And we say, God, take this and use it and make something good out of this. Let this be an opportunity for the progress of the gospel. And when we do that, it's a little easier to go through those tough times. It's a little easier knowing that there's a purpose to this season. That as we walk through these times, that there's a plan and a purpose going on. And it's not just some random trouble that we found ourselves in, but God is using each individual thing that is in our life and he's working something good out of it. It gives us encouragement during those times to know that we're not alone. It gives us patience and it gives us endurance to walk through those times and to see the result on the other side, to see what God does in the midst of our circumstance. Your circumstance could be your next opportunity. Hey, thanks for spending a few minutes with me today as we look through God's Word. Take a minute right now and put in the comments section something that you would like us to pray for you for, and we'll continue to do that. And make sure you like and subscribe and pass this on to somebody who may need it, and we'll see you tomorrow.